Hello everyone. So in continuation with what we were discussing in the previous video, this is the next application of dimensional analysis that we have to derive a formula or to establish a relationship between the physical quantities. This is one of the most important applications of dimensional analysis. So I hope you would understand it properly, and if you'd be having any problem, then we can of course discuss later on. In this case, what you would be given is, you would be given a quantity, let's say in this case, which is frequency. Frequency of a stretched string depends upon, now you would be given 2, 3, 4, as many quantities as there would be. So in this case it has been given as tension, and tension is the quantity which has the dimensions of force, length L of the string, and mass per unit length mu. This is the symbol for mu of the string. Derive the formula for frequency. Now in this case, as I was telling you, what you would be given is, you would be given a physical quantity, that is frequency, and that physical quantity would be dependent on, let's say, 2 or 3 quantities, which in this case is tension, length, and mass per unit length. So you have to write in this case F, that is frequency, is directly proportional to force, that is this first part, tension, force raised to the power A, length raised to the power B, and mu raised to the power C. So whenever you will be given a quantity Q, you would be writing it in this way, that first quantity A raised to the power A into B raised to the power B, in the same way C raised to the power C. So in this way we can write, which has been given, A is the force, B is length, and C is mass per unit length. Okay. Now when we will remove this proportionality constant, when we remove this sign of proportionality, there would be a constant K, and K is a dimensionless constant, so we'll simply write it as K only. Now what we'll do is, force has the power A, length has power B, and mass per unit length has power C, and we have to calculate these values only, that is the values for length, that is the values for A, B, and C. The powers of force, that is tension, comma, length, and mass per unit length. So step number one is, you have to write in this way: F has the dimensions of force raised to the power A, length raised to the power B, and force per unit length raised to the power C. Frequency has the dimensions for m0, l0, t minus 1. In this case, as it has been already written here, force has the, tension has the dimensions for force, and force has the dimension mlt minus 2. So we'll simply write mlt minus 2 raised to the power A. Length has the dimensions for length, L raised to the power B, and mass per unit length means mass upon length. So it means m L minus 1. So ml minus 1 raised to the power C. Now the next step that we have to do in this case is, we have to separate the powers of mass, length, and time. Mass is there in this expression, so here mass has power A. In this case mass is not there, and in this case mass has power C. So we can write in this way, that mass raised to the power A plus C. In the same way, length is there, length is in this case, so length has power A. In this case length is also there, it has power B. In this case length is also there, so it will be having power minus C. So from here length raised to the power minus C would be taken out, so the power of length would become somewhat of this sort, that is L raised to the power A plus B minus C. Okay. In the same way we'll do it with time as well. Time is only there in the first part of the equation, so time has the power minus 2a, so we will simply write time as minus 2a. I hope we are clear till this step. After that, what we have to do is, we have to compare the powers of mass, length, and time on both sides of the equation. On left hand side of the equation, mass has power 0, length has power 0, and t has power minus 1. And in right hand side of the equation, mass has power A plus C, length has power A plus B minus C, and time has power minus 2a. So what we'll do is we'll simply first compare the powers of these quantities and form the equations. Since a plus c is the mass of power on the right hand side and on left hand side it is 0, so this will be our first equation, a plus c is equal to 0. Okay. Now next is, as far as your length part is concerned, length has power a plus b minus c. So a plus b minus c is equal to 0, which is the power of length on the left hand side. We'll equate it with this. And third case, time has the power t is equal to minus 2a raised is equal to minus 1. So in this way, minus 2 is equal to minus 1. From here we'll calculate the value for a first. So from here 2a would be equal to 1, and you will simply find the value for a as 1 by 2. Okay, so this is, we've already got the values for a. Now we will put the value for a in this equation. So a plus c is equal to 0, c would be equals to minus a, so c would be having the values for minus half. Okay, so in this way you can calculate the values for c, and after calculating the value for a and c, we will put in this case and calculate the power for calculate the value for p. Now after that, or after calculating the values for a, b and c, what we have to do is we need to put these values in the above equation. Since a has the value half, c has the value minus half, and b has the value minus 1. So substituting these values in the above equation, we will get frequency F is equal to K into, we know that tension raised to the power was A has the value half, so we will simply take F raised to the power half. Length was having the power as B, so what we will do is length raised to the power B, and B has the value minus 1, so in this case we can write in this way. And mass per unit length was having the power C, so C has the value minus half, so we will write mu raised to the power minus half, and after simplifying this equation we will get this formula. So in this way we will simply calculate the expression for frequency, that is depending upon length, F and mu, that is length, tension and force per unit length. This extra thing, if it would be given to you, then you can put the values for this. If it won't be given to you, then you can leave this part as well. In this case, experimentally the K has been found to be half, so we will take K as half in this equation, and final expression would be F is equal to 1 by 2 L root F by mu. Okay, if the value of K would not be given to you, you will simply not take it, and you will simply write it K as K at that place. Okay. Now the next part is limitations of dimensional analysis. This is the last topic of this chapter, that is the units and dimensions. So limitations of dimensional analysis, the method of dimensions has the following limitations. By this method, the value of dimensionless constant cannot be calculated. As we've already discussed, in this case, if the constant would be given to you, then you will simply put the value of this equation. If the constant would not be given to you, you cannot do anything about it. You will simply write K as its surrogate. So dimensionless constant's value cannot be calculated from this. By this method, the equation containing trigonometrical, exponential and logarithmic terms cannot be analyzed, because such variables do not have any dimensions, or the dimensions of such variables cannot be calculated basically. That is why it has been written that by this method, the equations containing the trigonometric, exponential and logarithmic terms cannot be analyzed. Okay. Third part is, third limitations of this dimensional analysis is, if the physical quantity depends of more than 3 vectors, the relation among them cannot be established, because we'll have only 3 equations by equalizing the powers for mass, length and time. So this is valid for only such a formula which has only 3 the constants, all the 3 physical quantities on which the left side physical quantity depends. If the quantities would be more than 3, it won't be we will not be able to get answer by this dimensional analysis. So at here the chapter finishes, that is units and dimensions. You can go through all the videos and if you would be having any doubt regarding this, of course we can discuss later on. So thank you, and we'll continue it in the next video.